Hi 21 Days to Fitness friends. This is Anita Stone, and today we're on day 10 of our 21 Days to Fitness program. I'm talking about weight loss secrets today, and I'll be going over each of these in just a short video. We're having a little problem with the computer freezing, and so not going to do it all in one long video in case I lose it. So just some short 1 to 2 minute segments on this. So you'll have several videos on this page. The first thing that I'd like to cover is something that you'll see in the store, and I happen to have a bottle of it because I've bought everything. Everything there is to buy, I've bought. This is CLA, which is conjugated linoleic acid, and it's not the same as linolenic acid. So if you look this up, make sure you have it spelled correctly because there's another word that's spelled similarly, but it's not the same thing. This is basically the oil that is in safflower oil. And if you'll look this up on Wikipedia, and I'll put the link in your written material, it basically says that the safflower oil has just minimal effect on weight loss. If it has any effect at all, I'll tell you why it is. The reason is because you have to have fat in your body for the fat cell to release fat. Okay, so you have to eat fat for your body to use fat. And one of the books that I read recently is called The Fat Resistance Diet, and it's one of the best books I've ever read. In fact, it took me several months to read it this last year because it's written by a doctor and it sounds like it's written by a doctor. One of the hardest books I've ever made it through. Some of the pages I had to read 2 and 3 times to understand it. But the concept of the book is this, and this doctor has been doing this for at least 25 years. So a long time, I think since the 80s or 70s. He's been collecting lots of research, and basically it boils down to this. You need these omega-3 fats. Now, the CLA fat, the safflower oil fat, is actually an omega-6 fat. We need all 3, omega-3s, 6s, and 9s for health. Okay, these are essential fatty acids that we need to take in our diet. But the author of that book says that we get enough omega-6 in our diet. And this CLA is omega-6. Okay, he says we get enough of that already. That's just the American diet. In fact, he says we get about 20 times more than we need. Most people do. It depends on how many meat products you eat and dairy and that type of thing, but that's where omega-6s are. And so I bought this one day. I think it was on a buy one, get one free vitamin special. And it says on the front, it says, toning formula, support your dieting goals. And then on the label it says, when you're striving for head-turning results, you don't want to take chances with your diet, exercise, or supplementation program. Studies show CLA helps support your dieting goals and a healthy body composition. And so they're saying that, but you know that all of those statements are not regulated by anyone. The FDA doesn't regulate anything they say on these pill bottles. And but I just want you to know that something like this is not going to hurt you. It's not like the diet pills that have all of the stimulants in them. And, you know, some people there have been deaths due to some of those diet pills. So for sure don't spend your money on that. But don't put a lot of confidence in something like this either. The only reason that would help you is if it's helping the fat cell release fat out of the fat cell. And I would really rather you do that with omega-3s, which is your fish oil and your flax oils. Okay, so flax seed oil, fish oil. And do you remember in the earlier lesson in your written work, I told you that I would like for you to buy the flax, fish, and borage oils. They're all 3 together now. You don't have to buy separate pill bottles. This is just brand new. I think they started doing it last year. So you can buy all 3 of those together, and that's the one you want. That would be the optimum oil blend that you need. And you can take as many of those as you want. I mean, you could take 10 a day, and it wouldn't be too much. It's good for you. All of those oils are good. Did you know that your eyeball is made out of fat? Um, your joints need fat. Your skin needs fat. Um, there are just so many uses for these good fats in your body. Now, you can get them also from food. You can get them from, you can just eat flax seeds, although if you buy the ground flax, you can't just leave it out at room temperature. It has to be refrigerated, and even if you refrigerate it, it doesn't last very long. And so that's why I tend to buy the supplements, because I'll maybe not, if I'm the only person in the family using it, then it's not going to get used up very fast. And my husband would rather just take the fish oil supplements and, take it that way. And so it just depends on whether you're going to use it or not. And if you just buy the flax seeds, they're not any good to your body unless they're ground up. So unless you chew them up, then they're just going to go straight through your system, and it's no good for you. So when you buy cereal that has those little brown flax seeds in it, like the Kashi cereal has some, unless they actually get between your teeth and they're chewed up, then they're of no use to you. The flaxseed, though, is so good for you. This is how I heard it explained to me when we were talking about it one day with a nutritionist, is that the flax oil is like medicine to a sick person's body. So if you went to the doctor and you were sick and he gave you medicine to make you well, that's how good flaxseed is for even a healthy person. It just makes you even more well. And if you're sick, of course you need it, for all kinds of diseases, any of the diseases that I've talked about in the earlier videos. So that's our first weight loss secret, is that you need fat to lose fat. And so we want to take in the good fats. We don't want to take in the saturated fats. And we want to take in the black olives and walnuts and almonds, and like I said, the flax seeds if they're ground, eat salmon, all kinds of sources for omega-3s. And I'm going to include a link for you, and it's called the Omega-3 Family Shopping List. And it gives you a whole list of all of these foods, so you don't have to remember them from just what I'm telling you on the video. Well, that's our weight loss tip number 1. Stay tuned, and I'll be back with number 2. Have a fit day. Bye-bye.